What's up everybody, it's Seth from Fowler Customs, and today I'm reviewing the brand new Adidas Dame 3. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't yet. But with all that being said, let's get into it. So the Lillard 2 is by far one of the best basketball shoes you can buy for under 150 bucks. And at $105, I mean, you couldn't really get any better than this. But this shoe is just about a year old, and just like every other footwear brand, Adidas refreshes their line every year. And of course, just like with movies, footwear sequels usually have a hard time living up to their predecessor. However, with the Lillard 3, or Dame 3 as they're now calling it, that doesn't really seem to be the case. Before we get into the review, I just thought it'd be interesting to note that the Dame 3 actually comes in the exact same box as the Lillard 2. And the reason I think that's a little weird is that the box actually has the traction pattern of the Lillard 2 on it, which isn't actually on the Lillard 3 anywhere. Not only that, but Adidas officially changed the name of the shoe from the Lillard 3 to the Dame 3 before release. And the box itself actually says Lillard 3 on it. To be fair, this pair dropped earlier than I think a lot of people were expecting. And not only that, it came out in pretty limited quantities, so it's not even available in stores yet. The only way to actually grab a pair was to buy it from Adidas.com last week, and it sold out pretty quickly. So my only thought about this was that maybe Adidas was rushing when it came to dropping the Dame 3s early. I'm not exactly sure, I'll probably never know, but it is what it is. Here they are, the Dame 3 in this all red colorway. All red really isn't one of my favorite colorways for a pair of shoes, but this is the first pair of Dame 3s to drop, and of course I review shoes, so I had to grab it. That being said, because the shoe is all red, I'm not really going to talk about the colorway at all. Starting off with the upper of the shoe, the toe area and moving up to the tongue is covered in this breathable mesh. Now this mesh is a little bit different than what we've come to expect from mesh on basketball shoes, and that's because this particular material is coated in TPU, which is a form of plastic, and what that should do is increase the durability of the shoe. However, there is a trade-off, and that's breathability. So the longer you play in this in one session, your feet are going to get pretty hot, but it's not anything crazy, it's just something to keep in mind. Another interesting thing about the TPU coated mesh is that rather than using fuse overlay like they usually do in high wear areas, all Adidas actually had to do was just heat up and press the TPU mesh, and that actually created a very similar material feel. Moving back on the shoe, you'll notice that this is of course a one booty construction just like the Lillard 2. When I first saw images online, and because of the cut of the shoe, I really thought that it was going to be a wrapped upper, but I mean that's neither here nor there, that's just an observation. This sort of lace holder or caged area of the shoe is one of the most innovative parts of the Dame 3. Not only is this a different look aesthetically, it was actually specifically requested by Dame himself, and the reason for that is because he felt like the regular lace holes on the shoe wasn't able to give him the exact fit that he wanted. And in order to fix that problem and actually give the shoe a more snug fit, what they did is they created this panel here, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And this panel actually has 14 cutouts on it, as you can see. And it's really cool because what you can do if you really want the shoe to be tighter or you want it to lace differently than it already is, all you have to do is bump down the laces to a different slot, and that really allows you to customize your fit. That's something that I personally haven't seen on a basketball shoe. I wouldn't be surprised if it's on another shoe that I don't know about, but it's a really cool feature. What's up? Yeah, but I can, do you want me to order?
Did you not order yet?
I should be done shooting in like 5-10 minutes. But since we're talking about laces and lockdown, let's talk about fit. This shoe definitely fits me true to size. I have a little bit of toe room, but it's not too much. And even without adjusting where the laces are, it actually hugs my foot really nicely. So I personally would recommend true to size, but if you're grabbing the shoe for yourself, I suggest trying it on first, just so you know. The shoe is padded pretty nicely around the ankle area. It's actually pretty similar to the Lillard 2, so if you've tried on those shoes before, you pretty much know what you're getting into with these. Moving back on the shoe, you've got this really stiff heel counter that wraps around the sides of the shoe and holds your foot in place really nicely. Moving down the shoe, you see the obvious Yeezy inspiration on the midsole. Of course, because this is technically a budget shoe at 115 bucks, what Adidas did instead of using boost in the midsole is they used dual density bounce just like they did in the Lillard 2. So like I said before, if you use the Lillard 2 at all, you know what you're getting into with the bounce cushion. For some bigger guys and people who like a lot of cushion, this shoe might not be the way to go. However, if you really like court feel and you really like feeling low to the ground, this is probably one of your best options. Finally, moving to the outsole of the shoe, you've got this multi-directional linear traction. The rubber compound does feel a little bit soft, but it's not too crazy, so you should probably be okay playing outdoors. Just like the Lillard 2, the traction on this shoe is excellent, and because the grooves are so wide apart, it doesn't actually pick up dust that easily. And that's nice for people like me who play in a YMCA court, which has never been cleaned. Overall, this is an excellent performer, especially at the price point of 115 bucks. Personally, I don't love the way that it looks, but when you're buying a basketball shoe, it's not really too important. Maybe it's just the colorway. I don't know, it's not exactly my favorite. But the big question we're all asking ourselves is whether the Dame 3 lives up to the Lillard 2. And I would say that it does. To be honest, it's a very similar shoe. The cushion setup's the same. The materials, although different, fit pretty similar. There are a few changes like the lacing system, which personally for me didn't make a difference, but I'm sure for people who are looking for a closer fit, that's a nice addition. And of course in the outsole you still have the excellent traction, and I personally would say that I think it's a little bit better than the D Lillard 2s, but as I said before, because the gaps in the traction grooves are pretty wide, you actually do get less dust pickup than you did on the D Lillard 2. So really this is still a great shoe for the value. It's pretty much the best shoe you can get for 115 bucks. Now that we've got the review out of the way, let's throw these guys on feet and see how they look. That's pretty much it for the video, guys. Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below letting me know which pair of Adidas basketball shoes is your favorite. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to Fowler Customs if you want to see more content just like this, and follow Fowler Customs in all other forms of social media.